Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Alexis, my husband's name is Brandon, and about a year ago we sold our house in town to move to the country to learn to homestead. Alright guys, today I'm taking you inside our pantry. We have a walk-in pantry behind me, and then we also have 2 deep freezes and then 2 stand-up freezers. I don't know if we'll get to the freezers today, but I would like to tackle the pantry because it's a mess, and then I will know exactly what I have. So I don't just keep rebuying those things and I know what's actually in my pantry. So let's go. This is what our pantry looks like right now. We have empty jars. I just feel like we can use this space better than it's being utilized. So let's go. So I'm going to start by cleaning out these bins. These are like our snack bins, but there's a lot of stuff in here that either A, my kids ate and left the wrapper in here, or we haven't used up, so that I know what we have, and if it's not something we're going to use, I'm going to put it in a pile to give to someone that will use it. So that I can get this situated the way I want it, I'm going to take these empty jars and move them with these empty jars, and any of the rings I'm going to stick down in this container over here. So, great start. I already broke a glass. I dropped one off of here and it hit this one on the ground and shattered it. So as I'm looking here, I found all of these nuts back here that I didn't even know, well, these are elderberries, know that I had. I mean, I knew I had, but I just didn't know where they were. Nuts can go rancid, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to look that up. They all smell good. They don't smell funky. So I'm going to put these somewhere where I can see them so that I know to use them. So I have my sourdough basket back there. Then I moved all my applesauces. I'm going to put all my pasta sauces right here. So I've tackled 2 shelves here. We have applesauce and then our tomato products. Then we have like beans and then tomatoes. Over here is like all of my diced tomatoes. Up here is tuna and canned chicken. Down here is vegetables, soups. My kids like SpaghettiOs, so we have them. And then I really need to start using up some of my pickled products back here. Next, I need to go through all this baking stuff. And then this is like pasta. So I'm looking for things like this cacao powder. It expired, I don't know if you can see it, like 3 years ago. I don't know where I got this, but it's never been opened, but we're going to get rid of this. I have this whole area that is seasonings, plus I have tons in my house. I'm going to go through because a lot of these, like these, we don't use. We just use our own blends. So those I don't really need to keep anymore. And then I have other spices I've bought in bulk, but I'm thinking maybe I should transfer those to mason jars so they stay fresh. I don't use these, like the ground mustard, I don't use these as much, I use them more for canning. So I'm working on getting rid of the ones that we don't use and then putting the extra supply over here. So I'm going to stick this yeast in the freezer with the other yeast, and then we got rid of a good chunk of seasonings and was able to squish that down some so it takes up less space. These ones I'm going to just keep in here, and then as I buy them in a bigger bulk, I'll get jars for them. So up here I just have oats, sugar, flour, self-rising flour and whole wheat flour, and then some sweetener. I'll keep those up here. I am going to pull these down because we need to start using these up. So we'll start baking with them or using them in the morning for breakfast. I've been told that you're not supposed to keep your onions with your potatoes. Is this true? Does anyone know? I found it odd that they sell potato and onion bins, but yeah, they're not supposed to be together. So this really just needs cleaned out. I'm going to go through here. This one's sprouting, so I'll stick this in like a warm place so that it continues to sprout, and I can use these for like green onions. But the rest of it I just need to clean out. We are not anywhere near being from scratch. As you can tell, there's still a lot of like processed stuff. I don't want to waste that. I'm trying to use it up. And as I use it up, I'm trying to find an alternative. That was a hard word. So like my seasoning packets. I want to use these up, but when I go to use this, I try to find also a recipe that I can replace with that. So once I'm out of those, I will be able to make my own. So the pantry looks a lot better than it did. Over here is all of our drinks, our extra jars. This is bulk sugar. I would like to also get one for bulk flour. I had one, but the gamma lid broke, so now we need a new one. I'm also going to string up my rings and hang them over here, but I haven't done that yet, so for now they'll just be over here. My daughter's shots come in these containers, and they're coolers, so I thought those would be good to keep just a couple in hand. These are all the onions I have. Those are still left from my garden, and those are store-bought. But then I've kind of shown you as I've went along here. We need to put this in the freezer. Around the top, I didn't say much. Most of this is stuff for either canning or freezer meals. And then I have a Dutch oven that goes right here, but it's dirty. This is where I put all of the extra stuff for the house, up here and right here. I plan to start slowly adding more to that. And then down here is all of our liquids. So I only have one canned tomato juice left, but tomato juice, my daughter uses a CPAP. So right here's her distilled water. Then we have vinegars. And whenever I empty a container, I always fill it with water. I have a couple back there, and then we have some in our deep freeze. Just in case we ever were to need water, we would have some. And then back here is all of our jellies and jams. So yeah, now it's a little bit more organized. My goal for next year, the reason I wanted to do this, let me flip you around. The reason I wanted to do this was A, it needed cleaned, but B, so that I can see like what kind of things we use a lot of so I can make them in my garden or grow them and then preserve those. So like ketchup. that's one thing I didn't make this year, and I'd like to try that next year. So yeah, I think I have a better understanding now of what we use and what we don't use, so things that I won't buy again. But let me show you what the behind the scenes looks like. So this is the aftermath that I now get to clean up. One room's clean, but now another is destroyed. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I know I didn't post a video last week, and that was one of my goals for 2022, but I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm just going to move forward. We had a really busy week, and I just didn't get to it, and I didn't want to put out something just to put out something. So the reason I did this today and recorded it was because I hope in a year I can do it again, and we will have a lot less processed things, and we'll have made steps toward being more self-sufficient and making homemade food. So if you guys like this kind of content, please subscribe and stick around. Like I said, I'm putting out a video every week for 2022, and if that's something that interests you, I'd love for you guys to join our journey. See you next time. Bye.